Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Series Wal-Mart exclusive OJ, and a double OJ, because this is a Walmart.com exclusive, on top of the fact that it's just flippin' Walmart, right? And of course, we'll be taking a look at none other than the man, the myth, the legend, good old Eddie Brock himself, aka Venom. This, of course, brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, and a lot of people out there in YouTube land are dubbing this the best Marvel Legends Venom figure Hasbro has to offer. And while I must admit, this figure is really, really good, and there's a lot of good things going for it and or about it, I do have some things I'd like to talk about that maybe could be improved on in the future. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase, get into the meat and taters of this review, and take a look-see at all the accessories Venom has to offer, starting off with a pair of course, Venom is not complete without a set of these, claw hands, so we can rip Spider-Man's arse in half. I will say, with the release of that Sabretooth and Logan 2-pack, that Sabretooth was loaded with hands that I think utilized a similar sculpt to these. Would have been nice to get some of those here, considering they always pack Venom with the same 4 hands. I mean, obviously you want fists and claws, but it'd be nice to get some more open claws, some more closed claws, just some more options, especially since this is an exclusive. That said, we also get the same crazy Gene Simmons tongue head we got from the Amazon exclusive 3-pack, which we will be comparing this Venom figure to. Not only that, but also the PulseCon exclusive Spider-Man the Animated Series version of Venom as well. That said, taking a closer look at good old Eddie Brock here. One thing I will say off the bat, and that is awesome, he's not nearly as gummy as those other 2 figures. He's still a little bit gummy in both the knees and the elbows, but it's not nearly as bad as those other 2 Venom figures I just mentioned. So that is awesome. 2 thumbs up from the boy on that one. That is great. I love seeing that. There's no excuse why pin figures should be gummy like that. I know everyone likes to boast about how great pinless tech is, but, you know, non-gummy pin joints is not a new science. Like, it's been around since the Toy Biz days, let's be honest. That said, he does have probably the best, unless you want to count the Marvel Select, McFarlane-style Venom head sculpt. He's got that shiznit-eating grin going on there, and personally, after getting this guy in hand and messing around with him for a while now, the Absorbing Man Wave Venom is 110% obsolete. Not only because the body is garbage, nobody's defending that, but I did utilize that McFarlane-style head on the Amazon 3-pack version of Venom for the longest time, and now I don't feel the need to do that anymore. I already got rid of the head with the slimed out tongue. I sent that to a friend of mine. But I kept the McFarlane head because I wasn't sure when we were going to get another one. And I have to say, we got another one here, and it's a lot better. It is not the same. It is a little different. But I do like it a lot more. It's less pointed in the front. Very similar. It's not flat, per se. That flat in the front. But it is flatter. The other one kind of pointed and it looked kind of weird. And then it also kind of had a balloon shape to it. This one, not so much. That said, we do have a new torso as well. It has the inverted ab crunch and the diaphragm joint. Now, I will tell you, the range on this is not the best. Utilizing both joints, you get about that far. Now, I will tell you, while the other versions of Venom that we got the past few years have more range in the ab crunch, you do risk scratching the white paint. This guy, I don't feel like that is a problem, at least when it comes to this diaphragm joint. I think he will be alright. I don't think you have to worry about scratching anything. The paint feels dry here, so I think we're good there. What I will say is that the butterfly joint, they did paint the spider logo on the back, not the front. So plus side, it's on the back. Downside, when you move this, I don't think you have to risk scratching it, but I would be careful. I would move it slowly, but you can swing it back and forth and whatnot. You can push it all the way back like that. Holy cow. And then back out. But I don't think you're going to get a lot of paint rub there. Maybe a tiny bit on the inner butterfly, but not so much the outer. It just misses the hard plastic here. That said, he does also have a double ball peg in the head, which doesn't work the best. He can look up, he can look down, he can tilt side to side, and rotate all the way around, of course. Same thing with the diaphragm. You can tilt forward, back, tilt side to side, and rotate all the way around. But, you know, he doesn't get the best range out of those. Find that sweet spot. There we go. That's a little better. As far as the app crunch goes, you already saw it going forward. Going back, you get like one notch. But again, you don't have to worry about scratching this because it doesn't even come close to his crotch where the app crunch actually is. As far as the arms go, they're the same arms we've seen before, right down to the gosh darn web patterns on the forearms. As far as I know, that's an animated series thing only. It shouldn't be on the comic figures, but whatever. His shoulders will rotate all the way around. They'll go out about this far. Pretty far, actually. And I will say, this new torso has a little bit better anatomy. Gives him a broader chest. I do feel like the shoulders could be a little bigger, but it is what it is. He does have a bicep swivel with the double elbow, which this double elbow is not the best. He gets one notch out the top and a few out of the bottom. He does have a swivel and hinge in the wrist. And then for the legs, he can kick out to the side that far. Not very far, mind you, but okay, I guess. He can kick up really well. I will tell you, while it does feel like something's wiggling down here, that's just the crotch peg. It's got a little flex to it. There's no drop down hip down there. It's got a thigh cut. Moves all the way around. Nice, crunchy, double jointed knee. That works just fine and is, again, nice and solid on this guy. Then he does have a hinge in the foot with a rocker. And that is your lot. That is the quote-unquote best Marvel Legends Venom figure from the fine folks over at Hasbro in a nutshell. And I definitely think he is top Legends of the Year potential. I really do. I mean, I'm a little biased because Venom is my second favorite Marvel character to Ghost Rider, particularly Danny Ketch. But I think it's a nice figure. I think they did a good job with this one. It was relatively easy to get. If you were on Walmart when this thing went up, even like a few hours later, he was there. He was available. I actually grabbed two, one for me and one for a friend of mine. Same friend I sent that Hyperion Body Buck, Absorbing Man Wave, whatever you want to call it, Slime Tongue Venom Head to. I got an extra Riot Blade out of it, so I can't complain there. But I really like this figure. I think it's solid. I enjoy messing with it, but it's not going to be for everyone. There are going to be the pinless purists who want a pinless Venom, NOW now, and don't want to wait. Well, I'm going to tell you, just wait. I'm sure we'll get one, and I'm sure that one will probably not have the spiderweb forearms. That said, if Hasbro wants to go for the gold, I think they should redo the animated series version of Venom on this body mold. Pinless or not, I really don't care. Obviously, give him the cell shading and an Eddie Brock head, maybe instead of the head without the tongue, because that's literally the same head, just without the tongue. And then give us a reissue of the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man with the animated series style head, maybe a better one, the Walmart exclusive one, and make that a VHS 2-pack, or even go a step further and give us a pinless animated series style Carnage with the more insectoid feet, hands, new weapon hands, new head, and maybe a new tendril plug-in piece for the back. I mean, we've seen the same one over and over and over again, and the one with the sculpted black lines isn't going to cut it, so maybe something with like 4 tendrils coming up instead of just 2. I don't know. Just some food for thought there, but speaking of which, why don't we move right along and take a look at how this new Venom compares to the previous 2 Venoms. First up, and as promised, here is the new Wal-Mart exclusive Spider-Man Retro Series Venom alongside the Hasbro PulseCon exclusive Spider-Man the Animated Series version of Venom and the Amazon exclusive 3-pack version of Venom utilizing the mid-transformation Eddie Brock head. And as you can see, they are roughly the same height. And it should be worth noting that all the heads are interchangeable amongst these Venoms and the Venoms utilizing the Hyperion body mold. The ball peg in the head is the same amongst all of the Venom figures, and the King in Black Venom as well. That said, I had to pick a favorite. I'm going to say this new one because while I do love the animated series version, he didn't have the white squares on the backs of his hands, and he's got the peg holes in the shoulders. And not for nothing, while the Amazon exclusive 3-pack fixed the peg holes in the shoulders with the tendrils, it didn't exactly come with a Venom head I was happy with, so I utilized the older McFarlane style Venom head from the Absorbing Man Wave, was it, version of Venom. Just heated it up, popped it on there, but for this video, I decided to switch them out and use a head that originally came with the figure. That said, this head is very Eric Larson, this mid-transformation Eddie Brock head. So if you want to put that on this new one, go for it. I think it'd be really, really cool looking. So getting these 2 out of the way. And it should be worth noting that these guys are pretty gummy compared to this new guy. So something to note there. Said, now that we bring in our 2 regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulith, right there, and the infamous 11 Spawn, who is about the same height as good old Eddie Brock here. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, the question I'm sure all of you beautiful people out there in YouTube land are probably wondering is this the best Marvel Legends Venom figure the fine folks over at Hasbro have to offer? And if you ask me, from a quality standpoint anyways, I think it is. I believe that this Venom is a little bit better than the previous 2 versions of the character we got previously, utilizing some of the very same parts. His joints aren't nearly as gummy as those. However, when it comes to a character like Venom, I think it boils down to personal preference. What do you prefer good old Eddie Brock sporting the Venom symbiote to look like? If you're like me, maybe you prefer a more classic Todd McFarlane style Venom. Or maybe you're a 90s purist and prefer a more Eric Larson style Venom. Or maybe you're an animated series purist and prefer the version from Spider-Man the Animated Series that was a PulseCon exclusive. However, at the end of the day, you can't deny that we have plenty of Venom figures to choose from in the Marvel Legends line, and if you're not happy with any of them yet, just be patient and wait it out. I'm sure we will get a fully pinless version of the character at some point in the, if not near, then distant future, potentially even utilizing bare bones forearms, because last I checked, the spiderweb pattern on the forearms was an animated series thing exclusively and should not be on the comic figures, but I digress. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.